Welcome to another edition of the B2B Marketing Spiel with Joe Apfelbaum. We're live here in South Florida. We have a special guest with us today, Yitzi, a business coach and consultant. When it comes to promoting yourself online, you first have to know what market segment you're targeting. See, a lot of business owners that you speak to, so Yitzi does a lot of consulting for business owners and coaching, and a lot of them that he speaks to, you ask them, how big do you want to build your business? And they all say, I want to build it as big as possible, right? They all say, I want to as much as possible. And you try to tell them that it's very important to have a specific market segment, right? Pick exactly who you're targeting. And they don't want to limit themselves. They're like, I don't want to target something specifically. And I say, how many clients do you want? And they're like, as many as possible. It's better to have 10 or 100 of the right clients than to have 1,000 or 1,200 of the wrong clients. More is not better. More quality is better. I want to talk specifically about how to pick a market segment. A lot of people say, well, I've done business with so many market segments. I've done business with so many different types of customers. Why would I limit myself to one market segment? Why would I limit my business and my opportunity? If you have a limited budget, and I know you have a limited budget, don't do marketing like a Fortune 500 company does marketing, where they just blanket and they spray and they pray, and for them, they have such a big budget that it doesn't really matter. They want branding, they want advertising. You, as a small business owner, you want direct response marketing. You want to make sure that every dollar that you have makes sense. So if you're going to craft an ad, if you're going to create an ad that's a general ad because you want to try to capture everybody, the likelihood of somebody looking at that and being excited about a general ad is slim to none. You're not going to be able to be successful if you have this general ad. If you say, I just am a business consultant for all types of businesses, no one's going to look at that and say, oh, I can use a business consultant for all types of businesses. When you have a limited amount of money, you want to make sure that you're targeting a very specific target market. So how do you decide? Well, there are three ways that you can decide how to pick your customers. Way number one is, what have you done in the past already? When you take a look at our clients, we've serviced 1,100 companies since we started our business. 1,100 companies, and we serviced every industry. We did e-commerce, we did healthcare, we did technology, we did software companies, we did professional services, legal services, everything you can think of. So when we had to decide that we were going to do B2B digital marketing, that we were going to do B2B lead nurturing, B2B lead generation, that we were going to do account-based marketing for companies that have sales teams, for companies that have a high average order, for companies that want to be able to have more profitable clients, we decided to pick that as our target market. But why? Why would I limit myself? What if somebody has an e-commerce business? What if somebody wants to, recently people have been coming to me, they're like, Joe, could you do Amazon? Could you market my products on Amazon? How many people do you know are doing Amazon? Every Joe Schmo is doing Amazon. And why they're doing Amazon? Because Amazon markets you because they own the customer. So essentially, you're growing Amazon's business and they're paying you handsomely for it. And now you're a marketing consultant for Amazon. That's essentially what you are. And they're paying you, you're actually paying them 25% of your profits. And if you're only making 10% profit, you're basically driving on your cash flow. Like most business owners, they're losing money. They're being driven by their cash flow. Look, but the reality is you have to pick your market segment. So number one is, what are you doing already? Number two is, what makes you happy? Like, what excites you about servicing somebody? When I'm servicing a B2B company, a company that services other companies, when I'm servicing a company that has sales reps, I get so excited. I get so much fulfillment when I'm able to take a company that has 5, 10, 15, 20 sales reps and look at their process and realize that they're all over the place, they're not really going very far, and implement some digital marketing processes to help them, A, generate more leads, B, nurture the leads that they already have, and C, get tons of referrals and have systems to automatically qualify the leads that are coming in. You don't want your best sales rep. Somebody was recently telling me, you know what my sales reps do? They take garbage leads, garbage trash leads, and they call them and they qualify them. I'm like, you idiot! You need to have technology qualify qualify your leads. If you're qualifying your leads yourself or you're having your sales team qualify your leads, you're wasting your time. Yes, you might want to have a human being pre-qualify a lead, but you can have technology, especially if you're buying hundreds of leads every single month. You need to have a marketing automation program that will automatically detect how hot a lead is and have your hottest sales rep talk to your hottest leads. Don't waste their time. Don't waste their energy. They get burned out. Why do sales reps leave? Because you're wasting their time. It's not their fault. It's your fault. You didn't train them properly. You didn't have the right processes and systems and technologies to help them succeed. So I get a lot of personal fulfillment by roasting somebody's digital marketing process. If you have a broken process, if you're trying to work with other businesses and you don't have a great process, you don't have a great filter, you don't have a great system, you don't have a checklist, you don't have things going, and I can look in there and say, really? You have this general thing that you're doing, this general strategy? That's not going to help you succeed. That's not going to help you take your business to the next level. So in your business, I want you to ask yourself, number one, what have you done already that you've proved success both to yourself and to your clients? Because you might not want to do something that you haven't done already, right? You want to do something that you've done, that you've showed success, that there's an interest, and so on. Number two, you want to make sure that you have personal fulfillment, that you get excited. Number three, you want to make sure that there is enough value that you can add to that market. Yeah, sure, you want to coach artists, right? If you wanted to coach artists, how much money would you make?
Probably be starving.
You would be a starving coach for starving artists. It's ridiculous. So yes, although you're very passionate about that and you've been doing it for free for a long time, the ability for you to make money off that and have a profitable business of coaching artists might not be as great as, say, coaching business owners that have $5 million businesses, right? If you, in a specific industry, in a specific demographic, within a specific geographic area, because you want to sit with them face to face, if you're a business attorney and you decide you're going to focus your outbound marketing campaign as an M&A attorney, when you write articles on LinkedIn, you're going to write articles about mergers and acquisitions, right? If you're going to create a podcast, you're going to create a mergers and acquisitions podcast. If you're targeting venture capitalists, or if you're targeting angel investors, or if you're targeting a specific demographic of technology companies, you're going to make sure that your thought leadership, that your marketing, that your outbound and your inbound stuff all match that specific target market. Now, if number one, you've done it before, number two, you get a lot of pleasure and enjoyment from that, and number three, it has value, you can make money off it, then you're on your way to pick a specific target market. And that's the first step before you launch a campaign, before you start doing social media, before you start SEOing. People get really excited. People call me, Joe, how much does SEO cost? I'm like, SEO for what? I don't know, I just want to be number one. I said, you are number one to your mother. You're already number one. They're like, no, I want to be number one on Google. I was like, you are number one on Google. He's like, for what? I'm like, I don't know, hopefully for your name. I want you to take a moment, and I want you to Google yourself, not in public, because you never know what's going to come out, right? I want you to Google yourself in private. Google yourself. Google your name. Google your company. I dare you to Google your spouse, your significant other. Google yourself. Set up a Google alert right now and see what's coming up. Are you coming up often? Are you not coming up often? If you're not coming up often, you want to make sure to change that. You want to be able to grow yourself and come up more often. But a lot of people don't take the time to Google themselves. They don't take the time to sit there and find out what's going on. What are you known for? What are you currently known for? So here's a quick activity. In the comments below, I want you to write the name of your company and what is the target market that you're targeting right now. So take a moment, think about your target market, think about who you're targeting, think about what you're doing, and when you do that, when you take a moment to stop and realize that not every dollar was created equal and not every client was created equal, and you realize that there's an easier and better and smarter way for you to be able to see success doing B2B lead generation and marketing, well then you get motivated! Ladies and gentlemen, this was another edition of B2B Lead Generation and Marketing Live with Joe Apfelbaum. we did the B2B lead gen spiel, and I am so grateful that you watched it today. I hope you got something out of this. If you love this, if you love it so much with all your heart and all your soul, share it. Share it with your friends. I appreciate you sharing this, and I appreciate you, and I'll see you next week on Monday at 11:30 where we continue this amazing conversation.